We we are live after a game that this is the kind of game the Bruins needed last series, where you almost steal one. And I think in a way the Celtics sort of stole this game. It was a lot closer than I think a lot of people predicted. A lot of the experts were not even predicting these guys to take more than a game off us, and they should have won this game. Jalen Brown's heroics were absolutely major. Um, I can't believe he made that shot, but I do love the fact that they didn't go to Tatum on the last shot for once. They allowed Jalen Brown, who was pretty darn efficient this game, at least to start it, to take that shot, and he hit it. So that was actually his only three of the game. So, Dad, what are your
Wow.
thoughts on the Pacers after that first game?
Listen, I want to talk about my boys. Okay. This could be huge for us, could be absolutely huge. We might have our new Stone Cold assassin at the end of the game, Jalen Brown, with just an absolute clutch money shot. I mean, so difficult. He had to keep his feet behind the 3 point line in bounds. The guy defended him. He has a pump fake, go back up, off balance. Just an unbelievable clutch shot. And we might have our new assassin at the end of the game. Hopefully, it's Jalen Brown. And Tatum, hey, don't forget, he had a huge three, too, in overtime. So, I mean, there was some tight moments where there was some bad layups missed. Like, I know Indiana kind of gave us this game. Tatum had a bad missed layup. Derek White had two of them. But holy cow, Jalen Brown, absolute stone cold killer from the corner. Man, let's draw some plays up for that guy at the end of the game. We could have our new game-changing sniper. And it was great to see Tatum hit a three also in money time. Great win by the Celtics,
Yeah, they were
That,
daring him to hit that three. They
yeah.
intentionally crowded the lane and left him open because he was laying a bricks all game. He had a lot of pretty open for him shots. He didn't make them. One of the craziest stats I think of this game. So Tatum played 46 minutes. There's 40. How many minutes are in this game? Is it
48, so
40 plus
53 with
five?
the overtime.
Okay, it's 53. He played 46 minutes. So that means 7 minutes. He was plus 20. So in those 7 minutes, we were minus 15. That is
Oof.
insane.
Yeah, not
Um,
good.
and I'll tell you, we missed Porzingis on the boards. They got less offensive rebounds than us. They only had 10.
No.
We had 13, but it felt like they were getting everything in that fourth quarter. It was a pain. The
But I'm telling
Pacers,
you, this could be
yeah,
huge. I mean,
yeah,
if this gives Brown and Tatum confidence at the end of the game now, they finished a close game where the other team was putting pressure on them, hitting shots left and right. Hopefully the Celtics can build on this. Just because this was a close game doesn't mean the rest of them are going to be close. Listen, the Pacers had a lot of things go their way. The Celtics helped them out in a lot of different ways. Not saying they didn't play hard, they didn't play great. They shot absolutely insane from two. I thought you might have texted me at one point because the Celtics went to a zone for a little bit in the second quarter and was working, and they got away from it. I'm like, oh, they're going with it, and they stopped them 3 out of 4 possessions, Indiana, and all of a sudden they started going away from it. So I said, look out for the 2-point shots. And Indiana was pretty good from 3, but look what they were from 2.
yeah.
I
They were,
don't know what they were counting overtime, but going into overtime, they were like at 58% from
yeah.
2-point land, which is absolutely ridiculous. So we
I
had a lot of turnovers. That helped them too. Sorry, go ahead. But
No, I think at halftime they were shooting almost 50% from three at halftime. So they were making a lot of very contested threes. Halliburton had some absurd threes, like
oh goodness,
horrible shots, and
lucky, some
oh yeah,
lucky threes.
so we got Tim. Did you agree with Missoula's timeout in it in OT? I'd imagine when they were down, when they were trying to drain the clock, and it seemed ill-timed. I thought that was a super weird timeout. I mean, it's odd, right? Because
Yeah,
Joe in timeouts is not a strong suit. He actually kind of proved us wrong with that take with that Jalen Brown play. He drew up that after timeout play. I don't know why the heck
you're
he
a great play.
I also
Yeah,
don't
I don't either. I
any
don't either.
thing.
Yeah,
Um, those were two
but
huge timeouts that you need so you don't have to take a risky pass inbounds. But luckily,
yeah,
we executed. That triangle pass was ginormous. I don't agree with those timeouts, Tim. I don't know how you can. I don't know what he was going
mm,
for there. I don't know. Maybe he had a pulse in the game and the guys were gassed. But
yeah.
yeah, that was
But I don't want to focus too much on a negative, man. This is a great win. I know it's against the Pacers, who everyone thought they were going to blow out, but I just love the way they finished this game, and it was really good to see. And I said that too in the pregame. I go, they're going to miss Porzingis more than people think. I mean, they were abusing Horford,
oh yeah.
and they were abusing Pritchard. They couldn't even put Pritchard in. Did
I know.
Pritchard play
I
in
don't
the
know.
second half? I don't think he played in the second half because they were
He
every
was
time they
minus 15.
swapped.
Yeah.
Every time they swapped, he just got abused. Not his fault. He's just undersized. And Indiana is a good offensive passing team. So they switch and they pass, and they're putting Pritchard in the post up, and they were just turning around and just basically shooting bunnies over him. So,
I'm really curious
I said,
what the record is this postseason for assists because they had 38 assists today.
yeah,
That's
they can
so
move the
many assists.
ball.
That is definitely
Yeah,
higher than anything the Celtics have had. Today it felt like we
yeah,
stole that, and hopefully it lights a fire. I completely agree, Tim, and that's one of the things I open with. Like, kind of feel like we stole that game. We had no business winning that game. That was
yeah.
not a good shot by Jaylen Brown, but he made it, and then we had the balls to finish that in OT.
Well, it
And
wasn't a good percentage shot, but he had no choice. He had to shoot the three.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not like he had time and we didn't need the three. They just took an ill-advised three.
yeah,
What a great shot.
yeah.
Hauser, again, another no-show. I don't want to be negative, but man, it'd be nice if we could get him going in the
Yeah, he was
playoffs.
-8, 0 for 2.
Yeah,
I think like the Pacers had 21 turnovers. That's so many turnovers. I
we
that
did
might be
too.
another record. We only had
Yeah.
14. 14's a lot, but yeah, I think Horford, you got to hit more of those open three. I know we don't want to focus on the negative. All right, I won't go on the negative. Won't go on the
Yeah.
negative.
And then I talked about Miles Turner being a Celtics killer. I mean, what do you have? 20 points in the first half or something? 18, 20 points. Like,
Yeah, finished with
the
23.
guy couldn't miss. I'm like, I don't know why they went away from him. Thank you for going away from him. That guy was torturing us. He had at least 18 in the first half. I don't know if he made. I know it like a couple minutes left. He had 18, but
Yeah,
man,
and something else we said pregame. Aaron Nesmith. Aaron Nesmith took 2
Oh,
dangerous
yes,
contests
yep,
coming from behind blocks. He has no business. He's not going to touch the ball at all. Neither time did he touch the ball. In both times,
no.
the Celtics and I mean Tatum and Brown went down. My buddy Jay from work.
He punched Holiday in the face at the end of the game, and they didn't even call
flagrant.
that.
Yeah.
They called a foul, but they didn't even go to look for a flagrant. He punched him in the face.
Yeah, I don't know what Aaron Nesmith's problem is. But yeah, that guy, 5 turnovers today. It's just way too physical. Way too physical.
Yeah.
And my buddy Jay from work, poor execution by the Pacers late. Get out of here, Jay. Excellent execution by the Celtics late and forced some errors on the Pacers. The Pacers were falling all over the place because of the ball pressure. Drew Holiday had Halliburton dribbling out of bounds at one point in OT because of the ball pressure.
How good was Holiday? Can we talk about Holiday? I mean, Jay, part of that was the Celtics. I agree. But that play where Halliburton bounced it out of bounds, Holiday all over him, like glue on butt. He was just, I mean, what a game that guy had. Holy cow, was he
Did you
awesome.
see his box score? 10 for 16, 10 for 16, 4 for 8, 2 clutch free throws at the end, 4 for 4 with the free throw. He almost had a triple double. 28 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists.
Yeah. Yeah. And Derek White had a rough game.
He had a huge 3 late, which was ginormous.
Did he have
Holiday
a big
was so
3
composed.
late?
You're right.
I don't remember White having a big 3 late, but hey, but you know what? Derek White's just as likely to win us a game the next game. So, but man, if we could see more Drew Holiday, I would love that too. And look at our stars. Again, I want everyone to shut up. Our stars. Defensive plays too, man. Brown and Tatum, some huge defensive plays in overtime. Brown with that giant steal on Siakam. Man, like I don't ever want to hear anyone cry about Jaylen Brown's contract again. F you. I am so glad he's on our team. And you know what? I'm glad Tatum's about to sign a Supermax. I know they haven't won it all yet, But give me these guys and give me the chances of these guys winning it, because it just feels like it's going to happen. Knock on wood, injuries aside.
I love the energetic, positive old bull. That might end up being a short. I love it.
I give it to you.
Short. Yeah.
I would have been like that about the Bruins if I felt that way about them. But I give it to you like it is, whether you want to hear it or not. And I just feel great about the Celtics. I'm not down about this close game. I think they're just as likely to blow this team out the next 3 games. I'm not saying they're going to, but man, a lot of things broke their Indiana's way, and we helped them out in a lot of ways too. So, and if they just cool down a little bit, I mean, this is a blowout. Yeah. If Indiana doesn't shoot almost 60% from 2-point land, this is a blowout. So
yeah, no, and Tim said the thoughts on C's taking that foul late in OT. I think that was on McConnell, and it's odd because that's the first missed free throw McConnell has had all postseason. So at that point he had been 100%. I don't know why they rushed that foul. Some odd, I guess, coaching decisions. I guess they didn't want to give up a 3. But
yeah, they didn't want to. Yeah.
I mean, at that point, it seemed like their defense was relatively set. But McConnell gave him a gift and choked away one of the free throws. And, thank heavens, because that Toppin call was so garbage. Everyone is fouling under there. Everyone. Siakam's on Horford's back. Tatum can't grab him like that. But giving them 2 free throws, giving them 4 free throws in a row like that was scary. I was super nervous, especially after not having any timeouts.
I wasn't that mad at that call. I mean, Tatum had him in a bear hug, and it was right in front of the ref. It wasn't even off to the side. The ref was standing right. I mean, I would want that called. I know that. So luckily it didn't burn us. Tatum's going to be quicker to get better position. That's just what he's going to do, So, but man, what a gutsy win. That Horford, I love the guy. He's got to tone down on the threes. I know.
Well, they're taking what they're giving him.
Last game, they are. He's wide open. So, I mean,
if anything, slow down.
Game like he did. Yeah.
If anything, Horford just needs to slow down. Yeah. Just get set and just take a nice shot. You don't have to rush it. Worst case scenario, they drive, they crash out on you, and you dish it back in. Him and Tatum rushing the wide open threes always bug me. Just act like shoot around guys and just set up and take the shot. I mean, overall, masterclass game from Drew Holiday. Cornette gave us some pretty solid minutes. He was +2. He wasn't absolutely horrendous. He played some decent defense. And they are. I think they're exactly who we thought they were. High scoring team. I think that's the first team to break. Yeah. I don't even know what we've given up.
He said that coming in. They're going to score. They can pass. They're great inside, driving the hoop inside the 2, and they got some guys that can still shoot the 3, and they're going to score, but their defense is so bad, they need to score all game. If you could just buckle down on defense for a few points in the game for 5 or 6 minutes, you could get to blowout range, because they're going to keep letting you get baskets as long as you work to get good shots. You should never take a bad shot against these guys, ever. There should be no such thing as a bad shot. Every shot should be wide open or barely contested, whether it's a drive, a mid-range jumper especially, or a 3. Man, mid-range jumpers are really open against these guys because they got no rim protectors. So they either sag all the way back and just give you that mid-range jumper, or they're doing their best to defend the 3.
Yep. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting series. I think there's a lot both teams can take away from this game, strategically and defensively. I think Tatum's got to work on that shot. There's a lot of shots that, were technically his shot. He just didn't make, and we need him to start making those. And if he can make those, like you said, against this soft defense, then we're golden. But you have to make shots against this team because they're going to make shots. My buddy Tim, I feel pretty good about the C's. We played mediocre, yet still managed to grind out that win. Plenty that we can improve on. And hopefully the rest of the series is more comfortable. Yep. Hopefully we can shake the game 2 curse. That was our game 2. Game 2 this time around. Hopefully we can, play a little bit, make it a little bit easier on ourselves.
That could be the good thing about this close overtime game is they don't just go into game 2 thinking they're just going to sleepwalk through that game. Because that could have been what happened in the first 2 series. They won the first game so easily. It was like they showed up and were like, yeah, we got this. And next thing you know, we're losing game 2. So hopefully
you're totally
they take it serious. Yeah,
You're
and
right.
no,
This might be the most important game of the series because it shows the Celtics like if you don't buckle up,
yeah,
you will lose to these guys.
yeah,
So yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm really happy. The
yeah.
next game is in 2 days, right? So
There is no 2 games, 2 days off in between. It's every other game from here on in through the whole series. So, you
yep.
know, let's
So
do it, baby.
all right, go
No, and
Celtics.
hey guys, don't forget to subscribe, please. Please go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It's huge for our channel. We need that.
Yeah,
So,
I know we're so close to 100. We are so close to 100. We
we
are
are.
3 subscribers away from 100. Hopefully, someone will find the time. 3 people will find the time to subscribe to us on Facebook, so we can get those triple digits. So yeah, thanks
Absolutely.
everybody for your time. Go Celtics. We'll be back here for a pregame on Wednesday.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.